Welcome to Essex County College's Community Education Forum TV series. Now here's your host, Mr. Alfred Bundy.
Welcome to Essex County College's Community Education Forum. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy, and the Executive Director for Institutional Advancement here at the college. This is a very special Community Education Forum. We are very proud to be taping at the college's new campus in West Caldwell. To tell us more about this beautiful new $60 million complex is our special guest, the Dean of Community Continuing Education, Workforce Development, and the Dean of the West Essex campus. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Elvy Vieira. Welcome back to the forum.
Thank you, Al.
We've had you on before the building opened.
Yes.
And we talked about what it was going to be and look like.
Yes.
The place opened about a year ago now. Tell us about this place. Tell us about some of the special features that are in this new building.
So every time I'm up here, I'm very happy to be here. It's a great place. It's a facility that just lets in so much light. We have multiple classrooms, science labs, computer labs, library, like the one we're sitting in now, information commons, communal space for students to study and grow and learn.
Yeah, and people should know that we were here at this same footprint.
Yes.
For some 40 plus years in an old building.
Very old.
But one of the things we didn't have was a parking deck. Talk about, we got a parking deck, and what else do we have outside?
So we didn't have a parking deck. Now we have a 4-level parking deck, and we also have a soccer field that's being used by our soccer team, the Essex County Vocational Soccer team, the high school, West Caldwell High, and also from recreation centers and youth here in West Caldwell. So we're really happy with the community space.
Nice. Talk to me about when people come in and see it, because you know this is a real modern, really
very modern.
Look like the space, you know, really just awesome in its design. What do people say when they come in here and look around?
I think that the best thing is that it's pretty big, right? It's a very, it's like a duchess, right? It stands out. It's a really beautiful building. But you walk through it and there's a flow, you know, in the classrooms and everything is new. Computer technology, the boards, the faculty coming in, you know, and then it just flows, and it has a lot of light, a lot of windows.
Let's talk about that technical side, because it's a very smart kind of building. The classrooms and the doors and
yes, the doors, so we could go into a lockdown if we needed to. Everything you use your ID to get in and out of some of the classrooms, but we have the technology in each classroom. We have computer labs, also with the latest technology, computers, printers, everything the students need. Wi-Fi is much easier here.
Yes.
You know, it's the flow, and I think it's the feel, and it lets a lot of light in. I don't know, it brings me a lot of joy to be here.
Share with us what classes or courses people can take if you come to the West Essex campus.
So the college itself has several majors and degrees, like 65 plus, right? But here you can do biology, you could do pre-med biology, you could do, starting in the fall, LPN, which is a new offering here for the license.
Become a nurse.
Licensed, yes. And then we also have a strong business department, very strong business administration, accounting. We have the Bloomberg Labs, which gives access to learning the certifications, learning about Wall Street.
Yes.
So that was a new addition, and that's really great. We also have social sciences, general sciences, some paralegal courses will be also going to be offered.
Nice. And
then we have the regular, you know, core courses, English, math, the things
the general education.
The general education courses, and the liberal arts degree as well.
Any workforce development programs here? Because we have a large workforce development program in Newark. How about here in West Caldwell?
So we want to offer, you know, in there. That's why we were so interested in the Bloomberg Lab for certifications. We also want to do computer science certifications. We want to be able to give credentials to students and to residents to be able to upgrade their jobs if they want to. So we're exploring, but definitely cybersecurity is going to be offered. Computer science, A+, IT fundamentals, the Bloomberg, you know, so those kinds of things. We used to offer some, but not to this degree.
Yes.
So the space and everything allows us to be able to offer those as well.
Oh, that's so excellent to hear. how about student support services? If you're in the main campus, you can go to a club, or you can get involved with the chess group, or you got all kind of student government. Do they have student support services like tutoring?
So we do have counseling. We have a tutoring area. And if the students want to create a club, we could definitely listen to them, see what they want, and help them in the process. The students actually have to be the proponents to want to do the clubs. So this is something that a group of students would have to propose to us.
Okay.
You know, but we do have so many clubs already downtown, and we've had some come up and speak to the students, so we can connect there. And you know, I know we also have a connection to ESL population,
Nice.
and so maybe in the future we'll see some other Latinx clubs and some things up here.
How about if you have a civic organization, or you're a part of some community group in the West Caldwell area? Is this a meeting place for them? Can they do an event here?
Definitely. I've been working with Essex County Workforce Development, the WIOA board. So we've had a number of offerings here, seminars, training. We have a large multi-purpose room. I mean, for our opening, we fit 200 and some people in there, but we really should fit about 180, you know,
Okay.
but we've hosted the superintendent's meeting here. We've reached out to the Rotary,
Nice.
to Kiwanis.
Yes.
Caldwell University came up, and we had a partnership agreement with them, and they're giving some things to our students. And we're talking to the community. I have probably given, I don't know how many tours the last year. And so we invite people to come in and tour and see it and connect. And some people have ideas about offering potentially yoga or massage up here. So we're going to be working with the community to bring those things to here.
Well, that's a good resource. We're a great resource for this community, and they should know that. If people wanted to just get a tour, or maybe they're even interested in taking a class here, or taking their whole academic program here, how can they connect, and how can they find out about this campus?
Well, they definitely can go on the website and look at www.essex.edu. Goodness, I could barely get it out. But they could definitely go on the website. But I would just say, if you're in the neighborhood, just come on in. I have great staff. Everyone, we get happy when people come in. I've had high schools come through for a tour. I've had some of the staff come through, some principals come through. So come, you know, just, you know, I had someone call me up and said, my daughter is very young, but she keeps asking about the building, can I come in? And her, you know, her dad walked her through. She's like 3-year-old, you know, but we'll take it.
That's okay.
You know, come see
That's
us.
right.
Yes.
That's right. And plus, they call it a grapevine. They can get the word out into the neighborhood. Dean Vieira, we're out of time, but I want to thank you for being on the forum with us and telling us about this building. We're going to be talking more about this building in our next segment. Anyway, we want to thank you, Dean Vieira, for joining us. Don't you go anywhere. We will be right back.
At Essex County College, you can receive a quality education at either one of our 2 great campuses in Newark or West Caldwell. We have plenty of financial aid and scholarships for qualified students. We are proud to be celebrating 55 years of student success. Register today by going to essex.edu or by calling 973-877-4477. I will see you there.
Welcome back to Essex County College's Community Education Forum. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy. Our next guest is an ECC student athlete on our men's Wolverine soccer team. Please welcome Giovani. He likes to be called Gio. Z. Welcome.
How are you doing?
Great, great. I'm glad you got part of your uniform. Is that like
I got to represent.
You got to represent. Well, you're doing a great job. Before we talk about soccer, well, let's talk for a second a little bit about your background. What town are you from, and what high school did you go to?
So I was born and raised in the city of Newark, New Jersey. You know, I went to Technology High School on Broadway.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, I generally grew up in this area my whole life.
Yeah, I know that the campus and the tech school is quite a big school. For
Yeah.
So I certainly know Broadway. I used to live in the North Ward myself. How did you start playing soccer?
So growing up in my area, there's a few like places where people and you know, in North Newark,
Yes.
gather around and play soccer, you know, families and stuff. And I always grew up at the parks.
Okay.
You know, going outside, catch some air. And I picked
Branch
up.
Brook Park?
Yeah, Branchbrook Park, exactly. And so then I grew up there watching the older kids play, and it intrigued me, and I picked up a soccer ball.
Wow.
And that's how the journey started.
Do you really enjoy it, or is it?
I love it. Soccer for me is probably one of the biggest things in my life. It's helped me get through stress, focus on things. Sometimes I've had to clear my mind. I'll go pick up a soccer ball.
Wow.
You know?
That's good to hear. So it's kind of also therapeutic.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, what's your major at Essex County College?
Cybersecurity.
Oh, wow. Hey, we need people like that. You're going to make sure we don't get hacked?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so important. People don't know that that's a growing field, and it should, you know, really be...
And it's becoming a very demanding
very,
job.
very demanding.
Yeah.
Very. Now, tell us a little bit about our new soccer field. For many, many, many years, and the college is 55 years old, we've never had a soccer field dedicated to our Wolverine soccer team. Talk to us about this new field. Have you been on it, and what was your experience?
Yeah, so my first time on it was for our practices, and I had to say that I was 100% satisfied. The turf, the field, the view. Like, if you coming out of the parking lot, you get to see the soccer field. It looks amazing.
Yes.
It looks beautiful. Like, and it just like it kind of touched my heart because being a kid from Newark, we don't really get a lot of things. You get me?
Yes.
And the whole existence of the school, we've never even had a soccer field.
Yes.
And so for us to finally receive something this nice and beautiful, it just goes to show that the community is starting to give back to us, and it feels good.
Now, do you think that the Wolverines, when you start having games there this upcoming season, will that give you a home field advantage, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Having our own proper home field with our stamped name on it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely will give us a way huger advantage, bring more confidence to the team and stuff, comparing to having to go play like in random fields in Newark that don't even belong to us.
Yes.
Like, this feels way better.
It's like home.
It's like home, exactly.
I like that. How do you budget your time to make sure you're successful in the classroom along with being on the athletic field?
So there's times where we'll have study hall and stuff like that, so that we could make sure we get through our studies and get our work done. And me and some of the kids from the soccer team will help each other out.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice little cohort. So now, you study together?
Exactly, because we're like a family, you know?
Yeah.
The closer you are, the better you play on the field.
Yeah.
So we try to make the team seem like a family also. We could talk to each other, you feel me? If you need any help or anything like that, you know, talk to us.
Yeah.
Like me personally, like, I average like a 3.3, so like, you know, I try to do my best, helping out all the other students on my team, making sure, because there's requirements to be on the team. It's not just be good. You have to be good in school also.
Yeah. Well, one of the things too, we set a very high mark. We have a 2.75 that you must achieve to even play in any of our athletic, because it helps them with their transferring, because their grades need to be strong. So that's one of the things we do well. You know, one of the things that's going to be happening here, and it hasn't happened since 1994. The World Cup games are coming to New Jersey in 2026.
Yeah.
Not too long from now at the Meadowlands. What does that mean to you to hear that the World Cup games are coming? More importantly, who's your favorite team? Who do you think could be really competitive? What country?
So the country that I'm gonna be rooting for that year, most likely will be Brazil.
Brazil.
The heart of soccer, you know.
Okay.
And the fact that the World Cup is coming here is huge,
Yes,
especially
it is.
to me, because if I could get a seat on any of those stadiums here in America, it'll be like a dream come true.
Yes.
It'll be like a step closer to like being on the field myself.
One of the great joys I had in my life when the last World Cup games, Pele was still with us, and I had the great joy of meeting and seeing Pele.
Oh, yeah?
And there was nothing like Pele. I mean, what a phenomenal star. Listen, what team or player, let's ask, do you really kind of model yourself? Are there a professional soccer player that's one of your favorites?
So my favorite, and I feel like a lot of people's favorites these days, is like someone like Neymar.
Okay.
And also Messi and Ronaldo, you know?
Yes,
all three of them are my
renowned.
favorite. Like, Ronaldo is a prime example of hard work could get you where you want to be, as long as you could put in that dedication, you know? And then someone like Messi, he was someone born with the talent, but still had to give in every day, had to sacrifice certain things in order to give himself an opportunity. And I feel like I feel like I like to model myself after them, you know.
Well said. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
And 5 years from now, if I'm not playing professional on a soccer pitch, then I'll be one of the best cybersecurity guys you'll know. Protecting probably somewhere like NASA.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. But
Yeah.
listen, we want to just wish you much continued success, and I know great things are going to happen to you. So thank you for joining us on the forum.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Gio. We will be right back. But before we go, take a look at Essex County College's Alumni Corner and meet Monet Haskins from the class of 2014. Essex County College made a difference in her life, and she's now making a difference in the world. Check this out. Welcome back to Essex County College's Community Education Forum. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy. Our next guest is the principal of Newark Tech High School, part of the Essex County Vocational Technical High Schools. He is here to talk about a very special partnership between Essex County College and the county high schools. Please welcome Principal Jenabu Williams. It's Janabu. Is that correct?
It's Janabu.
I want to get that right, Janabu.
There you go.
Thank you for joining us here on the forum. Give us a little bit about your background, how long you've been at the high school, and how long you've been serving as principal.
Yeah, so listen, I want to start by saying thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I started at the county back in 2018 as an assistant principal. Was hired by Mrs. Carmen Morales.
Oh, we know her very well.
Yes.
One of our former trustees.
Absolutely. So I was hired to be her assistant principal. Worked very closely with her over the last 5 years, and the dual enrollment program and the partnership with Essex County College was something that was very, very important. From day one, I knew it was very important to our superintendent, Dr. James Peterson, our county executive, Mr. DiVincenzo. So just was happy to see it grow and thrive and flourish over the years.
Fantastic. Did you teach in the system prior?
I did teach. My background is special education,
Nice.
really on a elementary and middle school. I had stops in Plainfield Board of Education, Patterson Board of Education, and even Newark Board of Education as well. But I was hired with the county and in the role of the assistant principal.
Fantastic. Share with us a few of the special programs. People don't know the vocational schools are really fascinating.
Yes.
As I told you, I'm a former board member of the Essex County Public Schools, and even as a board member, I was amazed to see everything from to learn how to be a mason, to learn how to fix a car, to learn how to do your hair. Talk to us about what's inside of these schools.
So again, I like to say get, not got. So people say, oh, I gotta go to work, but I get to show up every day to an amazing school with amazing facilities. Our district just celebrated their 100-year anniversary this past November. There are 3 schools within the county vocational schools, and I'm at Newark Tech. We also have Donald Payne Tech and West Caldwell Tech. At Newark Tech, we have 6 pathways, we call them, or vocations. So we have our automotive technology that you just mentioned.
Yes.
We have our engineering and robotics.
Nice.
We also have our welding program. We have a carpentry or construction trades program. We have our business program, and one of our most sought after programs is our allied health programs,
Awesome.
which consists of our medical assisting, certified nursing assisting, dental assisting, and we just recently added on an EMT program there as well.
That's so glad to hear all these opportunities. And the good news that many people don't realize is students there, if they don't go to college, they always go to work. Am I correct after they graduate?
Absolutely.
Because they have a trade.
They have a trade. And so next week we'll be celebrating the 8 students who just passed their EMT state certified exam. And they'll have jobs already lined up through partnerships with Hackensack Meridian Health, Robert Wood Johnson, and even University Hospital.
That is so good to hear. That's so good to hear. So one of the things too, when you mentioned the robotics program, people don't know, when you go there, and I've seen it myself, is that there are robots there, and they're learning how to program those robots
Exactly.
and how to make those robots become functional, because as we can see more and more, robots are playing a big role in business and industry.
Huge role within the industry. So how to program and coding them. You know, we even have programs in drone operations. You know, a lot of the companies like, you know, Amazon, UPS, they'll be using, you know, drones to
Yes.
deliver these packages. I know my wife is always ordering something from Amazon. Not sure about yours, but drones, I'm sure in the future will play a big role.
Oh my
in the
goodness,
delivery of those things.
we just use drones and just taping some of our aerial shots that we needed for some of our TV productions that we do at the college. We want to talk for a few minutes about the dual enrollment program, which is a very unique kind of relationship between Essex County College and your school. Talk to us about the dual enrollment program, what it means, and let's explain what it is.
Absolutely. So the dual enrollment program, again, is something that's very, very special to our county executive, our superintendent. Mr. DiVincenzo, you know, his thing is always want to make sure we put in our county first, but also making sure that our students are graduating their college and career ready. The dual enrollment program is another example of that. And really, so we have high school students taking college level courses in high school.
Let's say that again. They're
High school students, again, are taking college level courses, 100 level courses and above, as they're still sitting high school students.
And they actually come over to the college campus,
Yep.
which is not too far. They're actually very close to our campus. And just last week, at our 55th commencement
That's right.
at Newark Arena,
That's
how
right.
many students did you have graduate with not only their high school diploma, but also with their college degree? How many students?
So we at Newark Tech, we actually had 22 students who graduated with their associate's degree in liberal arts.
And what does that mean financially for them who want to go to college? What does it mean as far as them getting a head start to college?
It's not just a head start. It's really the fact that they can take these high-level courses. They're high school students, but they're also Essex County College students as well.
That's correct.
Really preparing them for tomorrow. They actually, it saves them time. It's going to save them a ton of money. Our students are taking these courses,
Yes.
and they're not, you know, at no cost to them.
Yes.
But our district has, we've spent over $100,000. We paid just last year in tuition to the college, and so I think it's just a great partnership. I mean, we talk about putting your money where your mouth is.
Yes.
I think that's a great investment to making sure that our students are.
How do you select your students?
So the students are selected. I mean, it's an open process. Students, you know, we talk about the program often. So I really want to make sure there's two distinct roles. So the early college program is with the students who graduated from last week with the associate's degree in liberal arts. The dual enrollment program is a program that's open to all of the students.
Absolutely.
And they can take those starting in their junior and senior year, and they can still graduate with up to 36 college credits, along with their high school diploma and their CTE certificate.
We're running out of time, but you know, we also want to talk about where some of these students transfer to that were in the dual enrollment. Where are some of them going to college at?
So we actually just had a gentleman who came by the school on yesterday, and he graduated 4 years ago. But when he came to the school, he showed up with his master's degree from Rutgers University, and he was able to obtain his master's degree in 4 years because he went to Rutgers as a junior. He was a part of the early college program. So some of their students are all over the state, and a lot of the state schools are honoring the associate's degree and allowing our students to start college as juniors. So they're graduating in 4 years with master's
we're
degrees.
absolutely thrilled. And we know in the past few years, because we're involved in a number of high schools with the dual enrollment program, but some of them are transferring to places like Syracuse.
Absolutely.
You know, and certainly our state schools, Rutgers and NJIT. Before we go, if someone wants to learn more about the Essex County Tech, Newark Tech, how can they find out, get information about your school?
You can find us on the web. We can www.essextech.org. And, you know, kind of highlights all of the schools within our system.
Fantastic. Listen, I want to thank you so much for being
Thank you for
a guest
having
here
me.
today on the forum. If you're interested in taking classes at our West Caldwell campus, visit our website at essex.edu to learn more. To catch any of our Community Education Forum shows, check us out on Facebook or YouTube. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy. We will see you next time.
You've been watching Essex County College's Community Education Forum. For more information on Essex County College, visit essex.edu. To catch any of our Community Education Forum shows, check out Facebook or YouTube. We'll see you next time.